Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, and thank you so much for tuning in with me today. Now in today's video I am going to be reviewing a full face by the brand Lawless. And Lawless is definitely no stranger to my channel. I think at this point in time I've already done like at least 2 full face reviews by them, but they are constantly expanding their collection of makeup and they are constantly adding new products. So I thought it'd be about time to give you an updated full face review on this brand. So I did pick up a couple of new products by them that I have not featured on my channel just yet. So this is a video where I'm going to give you all of my thoughts and opinions on the products that I have by Lawless, and I feel like I pretty much got all of the products. The only thing that I don't have is her setting spray. I don't know why, but I've never tried out that setting spray, and I feel like it's the only product by Lawless that I have not tried out yet. So if there is a product that you are really intrigued by that you cannot find in today's video, I would highly suggest to actually check out these other full face review videos by Lawless. I'm also going to link them in my description box below, but I really hope that you guys are going to enjoy the selection of products that I chose for today's video. Again, there are some of the brand new releases in today's video, and I was really intrigued by them, and I really wanted to try them out, like, you know, immediately. So it's also worth mentioning that I'm not on Lawless PR list. I wish I was. I wish I would be at this point in time, because I love their products so much, but I'm definitely not on their PR list. They have not sent me any of the products, but I'm just a loyal customer of theirs. But in case you would like to shop some of the products by Lawless, I'm going to leave some affiliate links in my description box down below. Now these affiliate links, you know, they will actually forward you to the Sephora site. Sephora also carries Lawless in the US. Now if you are not in the US and you still want to shop Lawless, I actually do have a reward link, and that reward link is going to give you a discount. So I'm gonna get some points if you shop from that link, and you guys are gonna get a discount. Okay, so there is not like a commission necessarily involved in that rewards link. I just wanted to have clarified that. And also, in case you have tried out Lawless yourself, please drop me a comment down below about the products that you've tried out and how they worked out for you. Do you like them? Do you not like them? Are you disagreeing with me? Are you agreeing with me? I would be really curious to know all of your opinions on this brand. And also, if you do enjoy today's video, why not give it a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button in case you have not yet, and also ring the bell in order to get notified about my upcoming videos. You guys know that is always very much appreciated. But alright, you guys, I don't want to make this intro too long, so I would say without no further ado, let's just go barefaced and let's start with the very first product by Lawless. Alright you guys, so I'm barefaced right now, so let's actually kick it off with their primer. So this is the Set the Stage Hydrating Priming Serum, and this retails for $32. So just by looking at the picture online, I do assume that they have changed this product slightly. I have a different sort of packaging, and I also realized that my primer actually has more product. So this has 50 milliliters, so 1.7 fluid ounces, whereas their new edition only has 30 milliliters, so 1 fluid ounce. I'm not sure if they changed anything about the price. Maybe they did. I don't really like this primer that much, and it comes down to one specific thing about this primer, and that is the scent that this has. It does not have an artificial fragrance in here, but it has some lavender ingredient, and I think it has maybe some lavender oil. Let me check. Yes, it has lavender oil, and I don't like lavender. Lavender does not do very well with my skin, especially not lavender oil. So in my everyday life, I don't reach for this product at all because of that ingredient. And it's such a shame, because it's actually a really nice hydrating sort of primer. But nonetheless, I'm gonna use this on my face. I'm not even sure if this product is still good, because I had this for a hot minute. If you have watched any of my other videos, you'll know that I don't like this product. So I mean, you can see it's like a milky gel sort of consistency. It's also very lightweight. It's going to run down my fingers. It's described as a serum. It's because it definitely just sinks into the skin. It's not leaving any tack. It's not like, you know, a gripping primer in any sort of way. It's just kind of hydrating. And it also leaves a little bit of a glow to the skin. Now, I prefer my primers to blur and mattify. So this is not really something that I would necessarily reach for. It's a very kind of gentle scent, but I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of it. But you can see it's super radiant. It definitely plumps the skin up. Very glowy. So if you like a glowy sort of hydrating primer, it's not bad. And usually I'm trying to get rid of the glow, and this is providing me with a glow. However, I do think it's a really nice formula because it does plump up your skin. It is hydrating, so if you have a little bit more of a drier skin type and you don't mind this lavender scent, I think you would like it. But personally speaking, it's not for me. Alright, so let's move on from this primer and let's prep my lips a little bit because I actually have a product to do that with. And that is the Forget the Filler Overnight Lip Plumping Mask, and this retails for $22. I've got Birthday Cake and I also have Cherry Vanilla. So the scent in these lip plumping overnight masks is definitely not an artificial fragrance. This is derived from the extracts that they put in here, like fruit extracts. Cherry Vanilla, honestly, it does not really smell like cherry. It kind of smells like strawberry, if I'm honest with you. I feel like this is really like strawberry. And then we also have Birthday Cake, this one right here. And the Birthday Cake one definitely smells like a nice sort of like cake, like something baked. It's really lovely. And these two have kind of like a color to them as well. However, they don't really show up on your lips. I feel like they are pretty translucent. Like, I really do enjoy these. These are really lovely because I use them as an overnight like lip treatment. Now they have this sort of like plumping effect on the lips. It's not like a painful plumping. It's actually a really sort of like bearable plumping. It's not like one of these like pepper or like really like minty sort of plumping effects that could be irritating to your lips. I feel like these are very gentle, yet they are effective. So let's put one of them on my lips. I feel like I might be going with Birthday Cake. It's a really nice formula as well. And these are not tacky at all. I feel like they are very like cushiony and gel-like, but you can definitely feel the plumping. Like I can feel the plumping on my lips right now quite straight away. They are quite effective for that. And if you do want to read about their clinical results, like the tests that they've done on this product, in terms of plumping and, you know, the results that you could achieve from this product, head over to their website because they are doing a much better job in explaining everything than I do. You know, the plumping effect could really do something to smoothen out your lines and to just hydrate your lips, you know, to prep them. All right, so I've prepped my face, so let's actually move on to the foundation. So this is the Conceal the Deal Long Wear Full Coverage Foundation, and this retails for $39. Here it is. It kind of looks a little bit disgusting because I have been using this quite a lot, but yet it's not my favorite foundation of all time. And that is due to one thing, and that is the wear time. I do feel like the one negative thing about this foundation is that this does not perform that well. I definitely do have some foundations that do perform a little bit better when it comes to the wear time. I feel like this one can be worn for like 5 to 6 hours, and then afterwards it kind of starts looking a little bit makeup-y, and it kind of like also breaks up a little bit on my skin. It's not a complete disaster, but I do feel like it does not look that flattering. It's also silicone-free, so that might just kind of play into the fact that it's not that long wearing. I kind of reach for this more in the winter time because I do tan quite a lot in the summer. And this shade is just not it. And I've tried out a couple more shades of this foundation and none of them work for me. They are either too orange or they are too yellow. There is not really like a neutral leaning cool sort of undertone when it comes to the shade range. And this actually does exist in quite a lot of shades. However, I do require like a medium shade in this. The light to mediums are just way too fair on my skin. This entire shade range leans very, very fair, so very light. So if you pick up a light shade, I mean, to me, it's almost like a fair shade. And I do need like a light to medium most of the time. All of the light to medium shades, they did not work for me. I looked like a ghost. And even with this one, I kind of feel like it's very light on my skin. And it's also a little bit of a wrong undertone. So the shade that I've got is described as a medium with warm peach undertones. And that is because everything else has a light golden an olive undertone. There is not really anything with a proper cool undertone. And I had that shade Sesame first, which is described as a light to medium with neutral undertones. However, their neutral undertone, it was so yellow. It was just so yellow. So there is nothing that really matches me. And that's a little bit of a shame. So I still feel like this shade Dune matches me the best. It's actually called full coverage. However, I don't think you can achieve a full coverage straight away. I feel like you've got to build this product up. It is quite buildable, although it's self-setting, because it's quite flexible still. You know, it does not dry down straight away so that you could not move it around anymore. So when this was released, I also picked up their foundation brush. I've got to say their brushes are really lovely. They're like high quality brushes and they're very soft. These are also vegan brushes, so they don't have like natural fiber but synthetic fiber, but they feel really lovely. I'm gonna shake it up because you really have to shake this up. There's also like a little ball in this foundation because it's so runny and it's so like liquidy that you really have to give this a good shake before using it. So you can see this is super runny. I mean, this is gonna run like down my fingers quite immediately. And it's still such a light shade for it to be a medium shade. So as you can see, when this goes on, it looks really stunning. Like every time I put this on, it looks really nice. I feel like this gave me like a medium to full coverage straight away. Like it's not full, but it is like you can still see like my skin underneath it. You can definitely build this up if you want. I still feel like it gave me a good amount of coverage straight away. It is not a matte finish. It is not like a dewy finish. It's almost like the perfect natural finish because it really does look like your skin when it goes on. So let's do the other side of my face as well. I'm going to leave out my under eyes because we are going to move on with their concealer. So let's just do the other side too. The finish of this, it's so stunning. Like I really do love the finish and it's so weightless on your skin. You cannot feel this product. Like it does not feel like I'm wearing any makeup at all. I feel like let's just build this up slightly, just a little bit. But this foundation really does start now to kind of like set down. It still has a little bit of radiance, like minimal radiance. That could also be due to the fact that I've used this primer. It's also a very smoothing foundation. I feel like this really just kind of smoothens out a lot of the texture. Like I don't feel like this is accentuating my pores in any kind of way. I'm not sure how it would work on other skin types apart from mine, obviously, but on my skin, I do like it. I just feel like after like 6 hours, it does look a little bit makeup-y. Like you can see it a little bit more. All right, so let's move on from the foundation and let's put something on my under eyes and let's move on to one of my favorite products of all time. And that is the Conceal the Deal Concealer, and this one retails for $26. So this concealer does come in 20 different shades and I had to kind of play around with the shades a little bit. I had the shade Seashell, I had the shade Cashew, and I ended up loving the shade Ballad the most. It's one of the best concealers ever because, especially for my under eye, because this just smoothens out my under eye. It does not crease, so, you know, if I wear this an entire day, I'm not gonna have like product like, you know, gathered up in my fine lines underneath my eyes. I don't. So creamy without being too creamy. I don't know, this is just my favorite concealer in the world, and it's also my second bottle of this because I emptied out an entire one and then I repurchased it because it's so good. And I also have a backup. Let's apply it. But this concealer has such a good amount of coverage without being like cakey. It's still hydrating enough and it's just not creasing. It's never settling into any fine lines. I just love this product. But let's actually move on to their brand new release, like a brand new product by Lawless. I was so intrigued by this product and I really just wanted to try this one out. So this is their Perfecting Powder Talc-Free Skin Smoothing Powder and it retails for $39. So here it is. So this product is described as a medium buildable coverage available in 7 easy to choose shades, seriously smoothing and blurring without the talc. So talc-free ultra fine formula provides serious smoothness and polish to the skin in a medium buildable coverage with a soft matte finish. The one-of-a-kind powder imparts a soft focus effect on the skin, delivering an extraordinarily skin-like but perfected look to the complexion. This is the shade light medium. It's okay, there was a lot of kickback in the pan, and this also comes with one of these puffy, spongy things. I never apply my powder with these types of like sponges. I have not tried this out as a powder foundation solely. I've only tried it out to set my foundation with. And I also only tried it on this foundation. I do feel like I need to try this on some other foundations. So just have a look at this. I'm going to dip in my brush and it has so much kickback. Like the powder really does kind of like go everywhere. And I was just a little bit surprised by that. I did not think this would have that much, kickback in the pan. Let's just do it. Let's set my concealer first. And let's go over the part where I've got a little bit of pores. I mean, it's a very smoothing formula though. I mean, you can tell I just put it right here. It is very smoothing. I definitely feel like this is giving me an additional layer of coverage as well. Alright, so the powder is applied only on this side of my face, but you can see that this definitely does give me a little bit more coverage. You can tell the difference probably straight away. Like my unset side, although it's not that bad, I still feel like it's already like smoothened out by quite a lot. This side right here definitely looks super blurred. It looks very, very smoothened out. But let's set the other side of my face too. I like it. I really do like this powder, Yesterday I've tried it out for the very first time, so it's still a very like new to me product in general. I also feel like it has blurred out like quite a lot around here. And my skin looks really, really seamless. In general, I do love like Lawless base products. I also love a lot of their powder products, which we are going to move on to right now. But yeah, I am happy with this. And I really do like how my face looks overall. So let's actually move on to the next category. Let's move on to the bronzers, the blushes, and the highlighter. So this is the Summer Skin Talc-Free Velvet Matte Bronzer, and this retails for $38. So here is the Lawless bronzer. As you can tell, this is like used and loved a lot. This is a very, very good bronzer. This is the shade Golden Hour. It's matte. It does not have a sheen. It looks amazing on my skin. Every time I'm wearing this, I love it. And I reach for this quite a lot too. Okay, so the bronzer is applied, so let's move on to the blush. So this is the Make Me Blush Talc-Free Velvet Blush, and it retails for $29. So this blush formula, one of my favorite blush formulas in the world. It's so good because look at this. These are all of the shades that I've got. Like definitely my favorite shade of all time would be Vintage Love, and I think this is also the most used one in my Lawless blush collection. So the newest blush shade that Lawless has released is the shade Daisy Pink, and it's a bright petal pink. Is so beautiful because it is like a cool tone pink, And I always feel like it's very hard to come across like one of these like very cool toned sort of pinks. They also have another pink shade, which is the shade Sakura. This is the shade Sakura, and this is the shade Daisy Pink. So you can tell that Daisy Pink has a lot more blue in it than Sakura. I think for today's look, I do want to go in with the shade Daisy Pink. Maybe let's use a little bit of Vintage Love with Daisy Pink even. So I'm gonna start off a little bit with the shade Vintage Love, the one that I love so much. And I also have their blush brush. And then I'm gonna top it off with Daisy Pink. So these are also buildable. Oh, this shade. That's so stunning. So you don't have to be scared to dip in your brush and go in. So let's dip into Daisy Pink. I love the mix of these two shades. Like, this looks really stunning, and I love this formula because it's buildable, yet you can achieve a good amount of like, you know, pigments if you do build them up. All right, so the blush is applied, so I would have said like, let's move on to their highlighter, but I just realized their highlighter got discontinued on their website, and I think for a good reason, because when I got this product, it immediately hot panned on me. This was their Lawless Lucid Skin Highlighter in the shade Afternoon Delight. The shade is a little bit too peachy for my liking, and I really had to dig in that brush so hard to actually get some highlighting. So hopefully they're gonna come out with a new powder here, because maybe, you know, they are actually making a new powder, because I don't think this was selling a lot because it was just not the best formula in the world. And it's so surprising because the bronzer is beautiful, the blush is stunning, and then this highlighter always just kind of let me down. I mean, I still have it, so let's just put it on for the sake of the video. It's definitely more detectable on camera than it is in real life. Like, it's just kind of meh, you know? This was like the one product where I was always like, I don't really enjoy it that much. It's nothing special. It's, if anything, it's kind of annoying to use it because you really just have to go really hard with this product. I mean, it's doing something. I always liked it on the tip of my nose because it kind of looked pretty there. Alright, so my complexion is done, so let's actually move on to the eyes. Now for the eyes, I've got so many products by Lawless, but I don't have an eye primer, so I need to actually put on a different brand, you know, because I don't carry an eye primer. And I'm going to use my Kaleidos Tone Activator eye primer real quick. Alright, so my eye primer is applied, so let's actually talk about their eyebrow products. And let's start off with the pencil. So this is the Shape Up Soft Fill Brow Pencil, and this retails for $21. So here is the pencil. I honestly really do enjoy this pencil. It's such a good one, and it's really difficult to find a good brow pencil. You know, I like something that has enough pigment to actually fill in my brows, and that is not like runny, you know, something that does not bleed in my eyebrows. And this one is really a good formula. It's a very thin sort of pencil. I usually prefer a triangle shaped pencil, so this one will take me just a little bit longer than, you know, a triangle shaped pencil, but it's still such a good one. It comes in 5 different shades. I have the shade Oak. I'm gonna brush through my brows and then I'm gonna fill them in with this pencil. I really like this pencil, it's so good. I like the way this looks, like the way my brows are filled in. And because this was so amazing and it's one of my favorite eye pencils in the world, I thought that their eyebrow gel would be the same. Oh no, it's not. And I don't even think it's a gel. So let's move on to that one. So this is the Hold Up Soft Satin Creamy Brow Wax, and it retails for $21. So I have this in the shade Medium Dark, which is their second shade. They only have 2 shades. This brow wax, whatever this is, it's going to mess up now my beautiful eyebrows. It's just not good. It's not setting down. It's always kind of like creamy and waxy, and I can feel it in my eyebrows. It's just weird. It's just such a strange formula. I can really feel this weighing down my eyebrows, and it's just, I can feel it, and that's what I don't like about a brow gel. I really feel like it's not that even, and the spoolie is also not like the best. It's super small, like almost too small. I honestly wish the bristles would be a little bit more dense on this. This is too gappy, so it's gonna end up looking a little bit patchy on your eyebrows. I'm not the biggest fan of this product, you know. You may like it. Let me know if you've tried this out and you like it and you love it and it's your holy grail. It's just not something that I necessarily like for an eyebrow gel, you know. I much rather have my Kosas Air Brow at hand than this one. It's not a complete fail, but again, it's just not the best one. So let's actually move on to a brand new eyeshadow palette. And this is the limited edition, the Lavender 1 eyeshadow palette, and it retails for $27. I do have pretty much every eyeshadow palette that Lawless has ever released, and this one, it just looked so pretty, so I picked it up. It's also a limited edition one. I know that these palettes are just not consistent with the formula. Some of them are amazing, like these two are really, really good, and then these two, I personally don't like them. Here it is, the Lavender one. I've got to say, the color story though, it's really beautiful. It is such a beautiful sort of pastel, purple, pinky, yet like some neutral colors in here. Color story, it's really stunning, you know. I was really intrigued by it. So I've already filmed and created a look with this, and I'm going to release it on my Shorts tabs. Like I do like mini eyeshadow tutorials over there on my Shorts tab here on YouTube. I'm not sure if I have already uploaded it by now. If not, it's going to come up within the next days. I have no idea, but you know, just have a look out on my Shorts tab in case it's not released just yet. Today, I really just wanted to dive into these more neutral shades, because in my look, I did play around with these two shades and this kind of shimmery sort of pinky shade. I'm also going to show you swatches of the palette. Now, I will say this formula, it's nothing out of the ordinary. I feel like this formula, again, it's not like the punchiest formula in the world, but it blends out beautifully. Lawless has a very good blend. I feel like, you know, her matte formula does blend out really, really beautifully, but these are not, again, the most pigmented colors that she had ever released. That Baby One palette, those creamy matte shades, they were everything. And this, I feel like it's okay, you know. So for today's look, I'm gonna start off with the shade Rose Water, this one right here. And I'm gonna put that literally all over my lids. So these mattes, you know, when I tap off my brush, they are flying around a little bit, so it's a little bit more of a powdery formula. It's not like that creamy matte formula that we had in the Baby One palette, unfortunately. But, you know, I always feel like these blend out really lovely. This is such a stunning color, actually. I thought this would be a little bit lighter than it is, just by looking at it in the pan. I feel like on my eyes, this goes pretty sort of dusty mauve. I really like it. It's such a beautiful color. So let's actually continue with that shade Praline. This one right here. It's kind of like, I would say, a little bit more of a beige brown. I'm not sure. Maybe it's going to pull a little bit peachier. We shall see. I have not used this shade just yet. And I'm going to focus this around my outer edge of my upper lid. They are more on the cool toned side in this palette. They are definitely not pulling too warm, I really like it. I also like how this actually blends out, but I need a little bit of depth. And so we are going to go into the shade Blackberry. And the shade Blackberry is actually described as a matte, soft blackberry. So I would say a little bit of black with a purple undertone. This is not necessarily my favorite formula with this deep shade. I wish it would have a little bit more intensity, you know. It's okay. It's not the worst, but it's also not the best. It's all right, you know. But I'm gonna like deepen up a little bit like the outer edges with the shade Blackberry. It blends in fine, it's okay, so it's alright. So let's use something in my waterline because Lawless does not have any eyeliners at this point in time. So I think I'm just going to use my Victoria Beckham Satin Kajal liner in the shade Cocoa. So this is just a simple brown eyeliner. I just love it for my waterline. Let's continue with my lower lash line, and for my lower lash line I'm gonna use the shade Praline, and I'm also gonna use the shade Blackberry, and I'm gonna put that just, you know, on the edge of my lower lash line and this all over. So the next thing is to put something on my eyelids, and I really want to use the shade Violette. So let's take this one all over. The shade Violette is described as a foiled taupe plum. Ooh, that looks really, really stunning. Let's see how it's gonna look on my eyelids. I feel like in the palette it looks a lot deeper than on my eyelids. I'm a little bit surprised by it because I honestly thought this would look a little bit deeper. Has a lot of beautiful shine, however, I don't know what it is with this palette, you know. This palette, it seems to me, has the same shimmer formula than in the winter one kind of palette, where the shimmers are a little bit lackluster and they look a little bit texture enhancing, so they don't look very smoothing on my eyelids, and I don't really like that necessarily. I also have two single eyeshadow pans by her, and I love those, and they have a very different formula, and that is the single one shimmering foil single eyeshadow, and this retails for $21. I have these in two shades. I have All a Dream. So All a Dream is described as a foiled ballad pink. It is so beautiful, and these are not lackluster at all. And this is the shade that I love so much, Gloss Slipper. Gloss Slipper is described as a foiled opalescent white. And this is a very different story. These shimmers are so like beautiful, whereas I feel like the shimmer on my eyelid right now, it is very lackluster, isn't it? So maybe let's just amp this look up, and maybe let's use this one a little bit, because I feel like this one, it's a whole different game. Let's put it on top. Look at that. That is like the formula that I'm used to from these other palettes that I love by Lawless. So I don't really understand. Maybe she just wants to sell these as a single eyeshadow now. Just gonna use a little bit of this shade right here. I mean, this is a lot more pink than I actually wanted to anticipate this look to be like, but I just wanted to show you the difference, because now putting this on top, I feel like this has really just amped up the look a little bit, because I feel like this new shimmer shade, since she released this Winter Beach palette, it's not the same anymore. It's not the same as in the Glam one, and it's definitely not the same one as in the Baby one. You know, it's a little bit of a shame, because honestly, I did not really enjoy this shade too much on my eyelids. But we are going to continue though with the palette, because I do want to use this shade Pink Salt. That one is actually really pretty. It has a little bit of like a blue shift to it. Like it's a white sort of iridescent, more like lavender sort of shade. Alright, that shade is so beautiful. Pink Salt, I really, really like it. It has a little bit of a blue sort of lavender shift. Like right now, I really got to say, I really do like the eye look. I really, really like it. I just wish the shade would have been a little bit more like punchy. Is it my favorite palette of all time? Definitely not. So let's actually move on to the last step with my eyes. Let's move on to the mascara. So this is the One and Done Long Wear Volumizing Mascara, and it retails for $25. When this was released, I picked it up immediately and I really do enjoy it. Here are two empty ones, and I've recently picked up a new one because they are so good. This is such a good solid formula, and I feel like since the release they might have changed this product also a little bit, because I remember when I tried it out for the very first time, it was a little bit harder to remove, but lately I don't have any issues with removing this whatsoever. This will make your lashes look super dramatic. It's a super black formula. It's not smudgy. It's not flaking off. It is absolutely amazing. This is one of my favorite products by the brand. I think this and the concealer if I had to pick. So the brush is a silicone brush and it has this rounded sort of ball tip on here. And this is really great if you want to get into like spots on your eyelashes where you can't reach them with the long part. You just gotta hold it like that and flick it upwards. It's so amazing. I really do enjoy it. So let's actually curl my lashes and then let's apply it on one eye and let's do the comparison. It's really a defining, separating, volumizing, and lengthening mascara all in one. And it was also very easy with this brush, with this ball tip, to actually do my lower lashes right here. And I think it looks really, really stunning. I'm a huge fan of this mascara, so let's do the other side as well. It is just a really solid, good formula, and it will definitely also hold a curl, which I love as well. So this is a mascara that if you want a little bit more of a dramatic look, go for this because it's so good and it will definitely do that. So Lawless does have a lot of different lip formulas, a lot of different lip products. I cannot put them all on my lips, although I'm gonna try to put some on my lips today, but for the life of me I cannot put them all on my lips. So let's maybe start off with the products that I'm not going to be applying, and the one that I really don't want to apply today is one of her newer products, and it is the Forget the Filler Lip Plumping Line Smoothing Tinted Balm Stick, and it retails for $26. So I did pick this tinted lip balm up when it was released straight away. I have it in a video where I did review a bunch of new lip products that came out at the time. And this one, I don't really like this one. So this one does exist in 6 different shades. I think one of them is more of a translucent shade. So I've got this in the shade Georgie, and the shade Georgie is described as a medium taupe nude. This is not taupe. It's really not taupe. It looks more like rosy. And honestly, it really does not have any sort of pigment. It's so sheer. It's very, very sheer. So if I buy a tinted balm, I do expect a little bit of like pigmentation in it, like a little bit. This one is just not it, and it was so stiff. And I know that you have to like, you know, rub it around a couple of times to activate it, but that's not what I'm about. I want my lip balm to be creamy, to be like balmy. This was just so annoying to apply it. I really had to go in so hard with this balm to have like really not a great result. And yeah, I'm not a fan of this. I mean, on the website even they do say that you have to like, you know, use it a little bit until it gets creamier, but mine is so stiff and I just don't like it, and I can't be asked to like rub around on my lips forever until I get a little bit of balminess. Like, this is not it, you know. Honestly, these ones, these overnight masks, they are amazing. And then the other product that I'm not going to apply in today's video, because I have applied this product in so many different videos. Also in my last video, where I basically stated that this would be the very first lipstick that I would repurchase if I ever would lose all of my lipsticks. So this is the Satin Luxe Classic Cream Lipstick, and this retails for $28. I do have these in 4 different shades. I have them in these like beautiful nude brown shade mostly, and I'm gonna show you swatches of all of them. We have the shade Platinum, we have my favorite shade Suede, then we have the shade 90s, and I also have this deeper shade Saddle. Now, I love this formula, especially the shade Suede. That is the very first lipstick that I would pick up if I would lose all of my makeup, and I actually applied this shade in that video, so if you do want to see this, I think I do apply this lipstick in a lot of videos because I love this shade and I love the lipstick. It's a beautiful, cool toned beige brown. Like, that is actually a taupe shade, to be honest with you. So it's a stunning formula because it's also not over the top moisturizing where it would move around. It has a satin finish, yet I still feel like it has like a little bit of shine to it. It's just a perfect lipstick formula in my eyes. It is such a good one, and I love it. I do want to apply one of her lip plumping glosses. Now, I also have her normal lip gloss formula, so I would suggest to actually check out one of my other videos if you are interested in a standard lip gloss, not the ones that are plumping, because I'm gonna put on like one of these lip plumpers today. So this is the Forget the Filler Lip Plumping Line Smoothing Gloss, and this retails for $26. So these lip plumping glosses also come in little minis. Like, she has like one of these bundles with minis, and I did pick that one up, and that's the Winter Beach Mini Lip Plumper Trio. And right now it's actually on sale, and it does retail for $27 instead of $45. So if you do want to try this formula out, maybe pick up like a mini size, and I think this is a very good price point considering you're gonna get like 3 different shades. I have quite a lot of these, and I think I also have one of the shades that is discontinued now, and that one might just be one of my favorite shades. They have a lot of shades, and sometimes she comes out with these limited edition shades with this formula. Now, I will be honest with you, it's not necessarily my all-time favorite formula because of a couple of things that I'm going to mention to you guys. So I've got this in actually 8 different shades, and I have so many of these mini size shades. I definitely have this Winter Beach Trio in here, but I also was able to pick up a couple of other mini sizes, but they are not available anymore. But they do exist in a full size. So let's actually do it in a way where I'm gonna just apply all of these shades on my lips, and then I'm gonna remove them again, and then I'm gonna decide which one I actually want to put on for today's look, because I also want to apply a lip liner, and I'm not going to apply the lip liner straight away if I do want to show you all of these lip gloss shades, because then I would have to remove it, reapply it, and I would be sitting here for ages. So I'm going to show you guys these shades without a lip liner, and then afterwards we are going to apply a lip liner if I made up my mind on which shade I do want to wear today. Now I really hope that this little montage of all the shades that I've got is helpful. She also has recently released 2 brand new shades with her Lavender collection. Now I did not pick these up because these shades really don't speak to me that much. But before I'm making my mind up on which lip plumping gloss I should use today, let's actually apply a lip liner first. And I love this lip liner formula so much. So this is the Forget the Filler Definer Liner, and this retails for $21. So this lip liner comes in 3 different shades. I've got them all. I have all of the shades because I love this formula so much. But you know, my favorite one must be Honey Rose. Honey Rose is just such a beautiful shade. So the shade Burnished is described as a rich berry brown. The shade Honey Rose is described as a dusty rose. And the shade Pink Sand is described as a pinky nude. So I'm going to apply the lip liner quite generously over my lips because, as you might have been able to see, the lip plumping glosses, they don't have that much pigment. But I really want this color to be quite dominant. So I'm gonna slather this all over my lips, okay? I love this shade, and honestly these are so pigmented. Like you could like literally just wear them as a lipstick if you have prepped your lips like accordingly. And these are so creamy. I just love the feel of these. I love how they look. Although I've got so many of them, this might not be my all-time favorite sort of lip gloss formula in the world, just because they are very tacky. They do have this stringiness that if you open your mouth, and I'm gonna insert some footage here, if you open your mouth, you're gonna have these strings. I still feel like though, because they have a really nice plumping effect, and I feel like they are very high shine, very reflective, they look like glass on your lips. That's why I love them. They are beautiful in their own way, let's put it that way. So I think I'm going to use one of the newer shades here, the shade Nudie. This one was also released recently. It's not like the newest shade that she has. So the shade Nudie is described as a pinky nude with a pearl finish. So let's apply this. You can see when you pull this out, it is super stringy. Like, ooh. It is like not my all-time favorite formula, let me tell you that, but let's just apply it on top of this beautiful lip liner. And the scent of these is not minty or anything, it's like a candy. It really smells like a candy, like sweet. Almost like a little bit like strawberry vanilla. Really nice, but I just don't like the formula that much. However, I do like the result that I can achieve with these. Alright you guys, but this is my finished look. I've got to say I am really happy with the way this look turned out. I really like it. I mean, most of the products by Lawless, you know, are really high performing and I truly love them. And if I did not like them, I did let you know in today's video, because there are a few products where I feel like, you know, they just did not live up to my standards. But I would be really curious to know if you have tried out any of the Lawless products yourself. So just drop me a comment down below and let me know. And if you did enjoy today's video, why not give it a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button in case you have not yet, and ring the bell in order to get notified about my upcoming content. And I shall be seeing you on here very soon with the next video. So please do take care. Thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.